Welcome back to another video. Here's what's coming up today.
Did they hear the priest coming? He was coming with a horse and trap. Went in, she got her coat and she rushed out the door at high speed and she had an awful collision. The priest was coming into the house and he could get off me, oh bastard, she said, or I'll tell. The store's on the ground here in Baden.
Lambs are finally coming in and they're nearly ready for sale. Back here now from East Cork. Loader's still here intact. What have you done, boys?
To hell with you, Joe. I will not send so simple. The store's on the ground here in Baden today. I think they're starting to melt. It's after drying up now. Up here, we're high up here. There's a bit of snow on the ground. So it's not good weather for sheep. They don't like the snow. They have nowhere to sit down.
Right, first job this morning. We're bringing in these lambs, these ram lambs. They've had a really good spell outside now this year. Conditions have been really dry the last 4 to 5 weeks, this tail end of the year, which has made things very easy. So we're going to bring them all in now because the grass quality has gone here, things are getting that bit dirtier and there's a storm coming, so they're coming into the shed. Right lads, come on. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah.
Welcome back. We had a bad storm last night, but it was one good thing it done, and heavy rain, it washed away all the snow off the mountains and everything. It is milder this morning, but every place is drowned with big floods. But the floods are gone away, they're gone away down into Kilmare Bay. We have the last of the lambs inside here in the shed. We'll feed them, we hope to get him away shortly now. It's time to be getting rid of them now. They have a lot to eat. Jesus Christ.
I was trying to say lambs wouldn't do no good now outside in this bad weather. There's no quality in the grass.
No, grass is no more good. It's only gone down through the ground now. This is the end of it.
They go backwards.
This is the end of the grass now. Spare it for the spring.
So last night we had a bad night of weather. Storm Bert hit the southwest coast here now, especially Cork and Kerry here. I think it was up the west coast as well, but it did a bit of damage, but not as bad as the last storm. But luckily we have all our lambs in here now that we had outside. We had them outside until a couple of days ago, and we knew this weather was kind of getting bad, but they weren't coming on outside now, so we're going to be feeding them ad lim inside. We're going to be feeding them in the morning. They're going to be fed in trucks here, I'll show you, and we'll be feeding them, topping up the trucks in the evening. So the lambs, with the bad weather now, like lambs aren't coming on outside, definitely not. They'll be only going backwards. So feeding them away here on an 18% lamb fattening nut. They're coming on well with it, so we're using Roach's feed nut this year as well. And it's a high maize nut. So we feed all the ewes pre-lambing in the middle aisle there, but we prefer to feed the lambs in trucks. They're just a bit slower to go into the aisles there. So yeah, we've like I said, we've 180 lambs here now roughly, and they were feeding. So they're all ram lambs. There's no ewe lambs in these. We've all the ewe lambs got rid of, and this is what's left. And these would have been the lightest of our lambs. A lot of twins and triplets and a lot of horny lambs as well. Like, obviously they take a bit longer to finish, and a lot of these lambs would have been born towards the end of April. So yeah, other years we would have sold all these store lambs because it wouldn't have paid to feed them and stuff. But with prices this year being good, so factory prices are gone above €8 a kilo, which was never heard of this time of year. We've never seen the likes of it, so hopefully that'll go up more. So we'll be hoping to get maybe around 8-10 there in a few weeks, hopefully. So a lot of these will be gone, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks. You want to be getting that money to make money off it, because they are eating feed now a long time. and look, all the feed bills don't long be adding up, so they need to be getting every bit of that money. So yeah, and the nuts we have is in the Spiro feed 12-ton bin. So we find it fierce handy for filling all the buckets and everything. It's a 12-ton bin and a twin compartment, because we'll be switching feeds there now, because when we're feeding kind of ewes and different stuff, we'll be putting separate feed into each compartment. So it keeps the place nice and clean as well, and there's no bags. So the meal bin is a great job. So these lambs here on this side are all on a timber slat. They're larch. They're about well over 30 years old now. They were put in when my father first made the shed there, back in the early 90s. But we've also put in plastic slats there if you want to turn around, and they're a great job. They're a better job, and lambs don't get their legs stuck or anything. And I find it better, especially for lambing. When sheep lamb in the plastic slats, the lamb's legs don't go down and they can stand, whereas here the lamb's legs go straight down and they could break it or anything if you're not there. So the plastic flags are a great job. Right, so next job on with the big flatbed trailer on here now. We're heading to East Cork, and we're getting a loader for the Ford tractor. So this tractor, this Ford, it was made in 1979, and it has only one owner before us. So it's in reasonably good condition, and we always wanted to get a loader, so that's why we're getting it now.
Might last longer.
You
can picture it might last.
Right, back here now from East Cork. Loader's still here intact in it. So as you can see here, fine, clean loader in great condition. Grab also with it. We'll probably get a bucket and stuff now, and maybe something else for there as well down the line. But main things we have it here now. Back it into the shed here. So I got the loader loaded in East Cork, and he loaded in with a loader, and he says to me, "How are you going to get it off? Have you a loader?" I said, I've no loader in it. So yeah, I was thinking coming down, how would I take it off? So I thought the idea of ratchet strapping it to the steel above. So so yeah, there's plenty of sport in that. So we strapped it off and lifted it off the trailer slightly, and we just drove out. So handy job. This week as well, we got the loader in East Cork. So it's something we always wanted, was to get a loader for the Ford 66 there. We don't use tractors that much on the farm, obviously, bar maybe the winter there, feeding bits of silage and bits of hay. And always, when we used to get hay delivered, we could only stack single file because we had no loader. So this year now, when we get hay and straw delivered or whatever, we'll be able to stack up here 3 or 4 high, which is a great benefit. And there was always plenty of things there, other years, deliveries and everything. And the first thing they'd ask, have you a loader? So it's a great job now to get this. So we're going to get the Randall's Bros there to fit it on for us. We'll get a bucket and maybe somebody else for it as well, for cleaning out the likes of the shed here before lambing and stuff. So it's in good condition, cost us €1,200, and it's a Tanko loader. In fairness, everything is working perfect with us. It came with all bolts and everything, so we got new bearings as well for the front, because the bearings in the Ford weren't great. So it's getting a bit of a makeover now, and we must get a weight for the back as well. Let us know there in the comments, what weight would you recommend to put on the back of the Ford 66. Obviously, if we're going up the hill with a bale of silage, there'll be fair old weight, plus the weight of this. So let us know what weight we should put in the back of the Ford 66. But yeah, this will make our life easy going forward, so hopefully the lads will fit it there over the next couple of weeks now. So it'll be a great benefit to us here.
Shout! You're knocked out the fuck of that, not.
Yeah.
We're feeding the old lambs here, some of them anyway. We're feeding them out here in the forestry. We'll give them nuts and we put out silage. They have any bit of grass that was there to eat now. So we have a good lot of them here. We have up to 200 lambs kept, and there's something over 100 here. So we couldn't have them all here together because we wouldn't be able to feed them together. So they're coming on away nicely.
Right. Should listen to that. What it is. So yeah, on the way down, I was thinking how will I get it off. So ratchet strapped the loader to the steel beams above, and it lifted it up a couple of inches, and we pulled out the trailer. So fierce handy for someone that's stuck that doesn't have a loader. So it worked out well.
Looking up here now, the fields are full up of sheep. They were lucky to be here when the snow was there, so they'll be going off to the hill now shortly. There's more of them in the hill, more of them in different places, but they'll all be going to the hill shortly.
What about the snow?
Snow is gone. A lot of people like the snow, young lads like the snow. We used to all like it when we were young, but it's not good for sheep farmers. It stays on the mountain and the sheep can't eat anything. So thanks be to God, it's gone, and it may not come back again. It's pissing down rain here, but I'll tell you a story anyway, to see what it improved things. This goes way back, it have nothing to do with me. It goes way back to the 1920s, and maybe the early 30s, when there used to be house dances in the houses, and nights out and drink and everything, but all the Catholic clergy and the priests, they were completely against it. And they wanted to shut it down. They said, to the cause of sin, they said. And so anyway, the people who would have the big balls and the big nights, they had to, they had them in the quiet. But that time the priests, they had horse and traps and they would go out by night and raid them. But there was,
Priests to shut him down?
Yeah, but there was one famous night out in the eastern side of Kilgarvan. They were about up to 10 miles from the village. A huge crowd came to this night. They came from Ballyvourney and Cooley and everywhere, and things were going well. They were dancing mad, they were knocking smacks up the hobs. So they were smoking and doing everything. There was putty and everything. And around 12 o'clock in the night, there was a man sent outside to watch for anyone coming. Didn't they hear the priest coming? He was coming with a horse and trap. And he had a big lantern light. So the man, the sentry that was outside the door, he ran to the house and he said, "Go for the hills." And they all tore out the door. They tore out one after the other. They nearly knocked the door going out. But when they're 2 court thing above the hay shed, top of the hay shed, and they heard all the noise going out. So Christ, they said there must be something wrong, we better go down. So they put on their clothes and went down, and the girl said, "I forgot my coat inside in the house." So she went in, she got her coat, and she rushed out the door at high speed, and she had an awful collision. The priest was coming into the house at high speed, and the two of them hit an awful wallop, and didn't the priest fall up down top of her, and he knocked her to the ground. So she shouted out as loud as she could, "Get off me, you bastard," she said, "or I'll tell the priest about her." So the priest got frightened himself, and he got up, and he rushed over to his horse and trap and went away down to Kilgarvan.
How did he know that the thing was on?
Someone must have let the news out. There was always
hardly had a
spies.
phone.
There were spies there, and they left the news out to him. Spies used to tell the priest that time where the big ball lights would be.
Snitches.
Well, I know what to call them.
Were the priests more as powerful as the guards then?
Oh, the priests the priests were the headmen that time. Whatever the priest said was law. Everyone was frightened of their life of them.
Does the one who go for the priest herself?
I never thought of going there, even though I went queer places.
So right, next job. All the ewes will be going off to the mountain now today and tomorrow. We're just bringing them in here. You can see the fields are starting to dig up now. An absolute shit. So the grass is all eaten down. And you can even see with the colour, there's better grass out the mountain now as it's gone good and green. So all these ewes now, they're going to get an Indufluke dose. We're going to put them through the Depari here now. Take out some of the rams that are maybe a bit softer or gone back a good bit, and the stronger rams will go off to the hill for another week or two, and we'll take them in then. So we've no we've no yoke onto the hill yet, which is completely different to other years, whereas they'd be all well gone by now. So that's all because of the good grass growth this tail end of the year. So this tail end of the year has been great grass growth, so we've kept them into the fields here a bit longer, and it's definitely going to make their time easier in the hill now for the winter. So it'll make their winter a lot shorter. So it's definitely going to make their winter a lot shorter, and it's definitely going to make our winter a lot shorter as well. So they'll have more time grazing there now and have more grass. Also a few lame ewes here as well. They'll be taken out of them and be treated, and they won't be put to the hill. They'll be put to a separate place. So they're also getting a footbath here as well before they go off up the mountain. So they're just getting footbath here now in Farmlane, and they all got their end of fluke. So the next time these ewes will be back in now will be in January, when they'll be scanned. So that won't be long coming either. So they'll be grazing out the mountain till then, and hopefully we won't be getting too much snow now or too much bad weather. And after scanning, they'll be all divided up to their groups according to what they're having, how many lambs. So yeah. So any of the rams as well that are gone back a bit, they're a bit shook. There's a few Suffolks there we took out as well, and a few Texans that have been in from the very first group. But we also have a Lanark here. He's up there somewhere, the purple one. So he's going to do a lot of chasing the hill. Hopefully he'll get some ewes that were missed by the rams, so hopefully he'll pick up a good few. And obviously the more sheep you have in lamb, the better, because you still have to kind of feed them over the winter, like. So it's just bonus if they're in lamb. So please God, there'll be a good crop of lambs off these ewes now in the spring coming. So yeah, we've any lame sheep or really thin sheep taken out of them, so we've just put them in here. We've a few more groups to do over the field, so hopefully we won't have too many any thin ones or lame ones. So we'll be keeping them around here, around these small paddocks, because they haven't been grazed out yet. So it'll be good to keep an eye on them here and treat any lame ones, and any tin ones as well will get extra feed. But that's it for another video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next one. What have you done, boys?
The hell with YouTube. I will not send something.